Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
And the fat guy called up.
Phil Harmon, I met.
Yeah, he's good.
He didn't say a word to me.
Oh, yeah?
I said, how you doing? He said,
Yeah, well, why would he say something to you? You're an idiot.
Yeah, well.
John always evaluates how people treat him.
Yeah. Like he's a big star.
No, but I'm a guy. I'm a person. I'm a human being.
So stop and talk to everybody.
It's just...
You're a nut.
No, we're doing a separate show. This is not going to be a place for Saturday Night Live people to come and hang out. You know, in fact, they're not welcome. I don't like them, and I don't think they're funny. How am I doing, huh? What? Lauren seems upset. No, what are you going to do?
Does it bother you that you weren't first choice?
No, I mean, I think that's kind of realistic. I mean, as I understand it, I narrow...
John's the only one asking good questions.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's something some reporter should have asked.
No, but they're going to ask him, does Bart Simpson give you any advice?
Or is there a lock in Boston on late night?
They're all so lame. They're afraid to ask. You know what? Celebrities have set... This guy's not even a celebrity yet.
Yes.
They have set themselves up with these publicists as such special people and cannot be... There's no way that you should offend them or ask them anything... That John asking a perfectly legitimate question is shocking to the reporters. The reporters are such well-trained dogs, they don't ask anything controversial ever. Excuse me, Conan, New York Times, what's your favorite color again?
He beat out Norman Fell to get this job. I'm not an idiot. I mean, I wasn't sitting around when the papers came out and was like, Gary Shandling, what does he have that I don't have? He's got more experience than I do? I don't understand. No, I mean, it made perfect sense to me.
Thank God for you being there. We supplied this press. We're not going to press conference anymore. We're making people look good.
We're making them too good,
Yeah. He should have been there with the press.
Floundering with the press.
Yeah.
This is why he got good reviews.
Robin, is his voice speeded up?
No, but he sounds like a guy who's sucking on helium balloons.
You know, if I were them, my first choice would not be...
Is this going to sound that way to you?
Yeah.
Anything? No, I would have... I thought that was perfectly logical that they went to Shandling, or, I don't even know exactly what happened, but all I know is that, if they were considering Shandling at all, it's like, why not? The guy's smart, the guy's funny, he's paid his dues, he'd do a good show. What's wrong with that?
Thank God he got this gig, or else he'd have to follow the yellow brick road.
I got no problem with that.
What will you do to show your support for gays?
My support for gays? I don't know. I'm in such a strange world now. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, but it's very strange. I will do everything I can to show my support for gays, yes. Now, you've had your fun.
Two more. I'll be done in 2 seconds.
No, but just wait. I want to talk to you afterwards. Take you out to eat.
Oh, boy, listen to them.
Yeah, they're guffawing at everything.
Oh, my God. He never worked such a friendly room.
The audience you dream of. Bunch of sycophants.
They sound like a laugh track.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. To get to the other side. Conan wanted the chicken. To get to the other side. It's great when somebody just says something and everybody goes nuts.
Yeah, all you have to do is speak at this point.
1,000 jackies.
Yeah.
Getting on the shaky ground there.
Yes, you.
Conan, why didn't you perform more?
Now the regular reporter will ask
yes,
questions. Conan, me, over here. Will you date me? Watch.
Thank you for recognizing me.
Let's hear the great question.
Conan, why didn't you perform more when you were on Saturday Night Live? Were you pushing for that? And if so, why?
No, when I was, first of all, I don't have much talent and I'm not very good, which got in the way.
Self-effacing. Notice he doesn't get any laughs when he's dealing with the regular reporters.
Yeah.
Just John, because John's a buffoon.
But your questions were perfect.
Colin. What is his name? Conan. Colin. Over here, my thighs are wet. Do you have any Kleenex so you can wipe me down?
Have you noticed me yet?
Have you noticed me, Conan? Colin? Are we done with this?
No. He actually mentioned. That's why I actually mentioned you, and he has something to say about you. Remember? Next question.
Next question. All right, next question, and we'll take a break. And we should do some news here, Robin.
Yes, please.
I wouldn't call
this was going to be one of my news stories, so we have exhausted this one.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And then you got to hit.
What?
And then you got to hit the photographers after. Go nuts for him.
Uh-huh. Right.
He's like a dog.
All right, let me just take a break, and we'll finish up this press conference.
You're listening to a man who can't say
You're too busy to turn on the radio?
Yeah, well, I was having a dream about lesbians and, you know.
Now, the voice you've been waiting for.
The Howard Stern Show.
All right, let's finish up the press conference and get on with whatever else is going on in the world, as if there's something more important than the Conan O'Brien press conference.
Did you see all the press turn out?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was like no other news.
Really? That should have been like an hour on the nightly news.
But basically, when I was at Saturday Night Live, I was hired as a writer, and that's a big job to do.
You know, Gary pointed something out to me that's very interesting.
What?
This sounds like a pretty good press conference. But we've taken 17 minutes of it. It's a 45-minute press conference.
I was going to say, this is pretty, cohesive. It sounds like it's just moving right along.
Well, we edited every slow point out, so you could imagine what was going on there.
Yes.
I'm Cindy DiDono, the entertainment show in Connecticut.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
All right.
You're doing great.
This isn't bad, you know.
Like
I got a podium, you know.
See, every girl is flirting.
Yeah, every girl is flirting. And he's flirting with every girl.
Sure, he's smart.
Yeah. I think he's just going to have a bunch of horny housefrows watching him. He's cute.
Is he single? They should play that up.
Yeah.
I get a podium, you know. Yeah. I get to keep this, yeah.
In addition to David Letterman and Casey Kasem, what other comedic performers do you admire, like whose work?
Who do I admire?
Yeah, or maybe influence
Well,
you?
I mean...
This is the same stupid questions everyone gets.
Yeah, but wait till you hear what he...
Oh, really? It's real lame. No, let me hear that. I admire Lorne Michaels and Mr. Littlefield. Warren Littlefield, the president of NBC.
When I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Peter Sellers. I loved the Pink Panther movies. I thought those were like my favorite thing when I was a kid. Sid Caesar, I really admired when I was a kid. They came out with...
Wait a second, how old is this guy?
He's not that old.
He's 30 years old and he admires Sid Caesar as a kid?
How did he see Sid Caesar?
Yeah, where was Sid Caesar available? What, did he go to the Museum of Broadcasting?
He's 3 years older than me.
He's just giving the answers that everyone gives. Letterman gives the same stupid answer. Ernie Kovacs is like, whenever you meet guitarists, they all give the same. Who are your influences? You got to say Hendrix, Zeppelin, Clapton, Page, And it's like comedians. I was influenced by the Merry Mailman and Clowney. Who are your influences? Sid Caesar. So we're going to do a lot of mime on your show?
A movie version of your show of shows. I think it was 10 from your show of shows that came out, and my dad took me to see that, and I wanted to...
Yeah, that was real innovative. By the time you were a kid, there was a lot better stuff on. He left out Ishkabibble. Isn't that my influence, Robin? Ishkabibble, Clowney, and Merry Mailman.
Like many, many times.
Many times.
Johnny Carson, when I was a kid, I was just fascinated by, I thought he was really...
Yeah, he's real scary talent. I used to like to watch Johnny's liver spots grow on his head.
I used to like the teeth migration. I used to watch his teeth move around in his face.
I've got a funny joke here. I went to the dentist today, and my teeth are preventing me from telling my funny joke.
Cool and great. Steve Martin.
What TV was this guy watching? Sid Caesar and Johnny Carson. I thought my TV was going bad. Steve Martin.
It was, TV from the Twilight.
Yeah.
It was in a time warp.
I enjoyed PBS.
I think, when I was like in the 70s, obviously, mid-70s or something.
William Bendix.
I've always admired him a lot as a performer.
I'm waiting for somebody to say Mark Russell.
Yeah, Mark Russell. I love when he sat down at the piano and did those witty little song parodies. And Vivian Vance's timing, if I may throw that in.
If I may say.
The way she responded to Lucy's every pratfall.
He was amazing, so.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty much the people,
What about Norton Nork? C.D. Becker, big influence. Bowery Boys.
And
My only influence was the Three Stooges. I mean, we watched a really influence. I mean, I enjoyed watching them. I don't know if it was influenced by them.
You just had a good time looking at it.
Yeah.
Did it influence you?
I mean, that was funny. Curly getting the crap beat out of him every day was funny. Who was a big fat guy who looked like he could kick Mo's ass.
He was bigger than the other guys. Why were they always beating him up?
He was a big pussy. It's unbelievable. My influences were Sid Caesar. You know, he's giving all the right answers.
Yeah.
You know, God forbid somebody on there that isn't politically correct. Sid Caesar, Imogen Coca. And, of course, all the songs of Alan Sherman.
My father dragged me to see the best of your show of shows.
Yeah. I couldn't wait. A compilation movie of your show of shows that really influenced me.
Robert Wagner. Very good-looking man. I always aspired to be as good-looking as him.
Will you be wooing Howard Stern as a guest?
Yes. Howard is an extremely talented man, and
let's face it, Letterman was the innovator there. He was the only one who thought to put me on. Otherwise, none of these guys would put me on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted me after Letterman put me on.
Sure, after they saw you.
Yeah.
But they had to see you first.
Yeah, we have to see him as a solo performer.
You're not in some club somewhere. They can't tell what you can do.
Not as an ensemble with other dopey disc jockeys.
So, you know, your influences, you know. Just curious.
They were talking about my early influences. No,
Oh, they laughing. I don't know.
What's going on in that room? Are there sight gags we're missing?
What happened?
I asked him, you know, will be wooing you, and then I said he didn't list you as one of his influences.
Yeah.
And that's what he's talking about now.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm one of his influences. Trust me on that. Certainly one of Letterman's.
you can't corner me, my friend. I'm way too smart.
Have you ever had a homosexual experience? Have you ever had a homosexual experience?
Homosexual experience? Not yet, no. No. But life is changing so fast. You know, give me like a week at this rate.
Thank God for you being there. Jesus.
Well, I'll try it. I'll try anything. I tried this. This is fun. Why not?
Doesn't want to offend any of the homosexual community, right?
Right.
Saying he'll try homosexual. Things have gotten so politically correct, you have to say you're willing to try.
You would be willing.
Yeah. You really do. Instead of saying, ugh, another guy's butt? No, you can't say that.
He's willing to try homosexuality with a woman.
Yeah. I'll try it with Lauren. He has said he's having fun about 500 times, so you know he's not. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. No, you're not. There's nothing fun about this. The eyes of the world are on you, and you're going to flop.
Come on, give me your best shot. Anybody. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, you.
When's your first night? Do you have a...
My first night? We don't know. We're not sure.
How come whenever I had a press conference for the E! Show, they were like, who will your guests be? Isn't it true no one wants to be on your show?
Yeah, aren't you having trouble getting guests?
Isn't it true you're having trouble booking guests? I go, no, you have a lot of people lined up.
Well, who's going to be on the first show then?
Yeah. Oh, it was unbelievable. And they were calling every day until I would announce who the first guest was because they couldn't believe that I had anybody. Because they only wanted to print that I was having trouble getting guests.
Yes.
Imagine if you said you didn't have a date.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, sure you have a show.
Right. Those skivozas. Skunks. They're such skunks. Look how they're treating him. Who's your first guest?
What's your first night?
What's your first night? Yeah, we've planned that far
They know
ahead.
he can get guests.
Yeah.
No, I've heard different things. I don't know exactly when it is. It's within the week. I know that. And I'm ready. They're building a set furiously right now. I hear Al Franken laughing. Hey, Al. How's it going?
Doing great.
Hey, thanks, Al.
Yeah, another scary talent, Al Franken.
Al's looking to write the show.
Yeah. Lauren, you think I could get involved?
If you can please, Al Franken. Yes, sir, in the back.
Relatively unknown. Are you going to pick a
Relatively unknown? Sir, I'm completely unknown. Nobody knows who the hell I am. And I have no performing experience. I don't want to hear this marginal or somewhat performing, you know.
Have you decided what guest you want for the opening show?
Nah. Your dream guest?
Opening show.
Who you'd like?
Cool in the Gang would be my first choice.
Because these questions are so stupid. And this is the legitimate press. That's not John.
They have nothing to say to this guy, but they all showed up.
Yeah. And none of them prepared a question about his personal... Nothing.
Nobody's looked up anything about him. You know, nothing.
God only knows what the other 25 minutes are like that Gary cut out. I can't imagine. That has to be an endurance test. Just
You know what your problem is? You're too open.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're hip.
I should have parameters.
They're terrific. They're young kids and they're going to go far. No, no, I have not thought about that. You know, I've thought about like certain dream people. You know,
Who would be your dream lineup?
that kid on Different Strokes. But yeah, if I can get him, we've got something. No, I've thought about, wow, wouldn't it be great if, I mean, this is I'm talking crazy here, people, but if I could get someone like what if Johnny Carson came on my show? I mean, you think dream thoughts like, wow, what if he came on? What a cool guy to get to meet.
Real cool guy. Ask his son. Ask his sons how cool he is. Ask his first 3 wives how cool he is. What a cool guy.
They were all dying to meet him, too.
Yeah. Are we done with this?
Well, then someone just yells out your name as a guest possibility right about here.
What if I could get some, political figure on my show who's never on TV? I mean, you think certain dream thoughts, but I've gotten far doing that, so I might, who knows who I'll get on my show, but, I don't have certain illusions. I mean, it's going to be very competitive, and maybe my show is not going to be the first choice for people right away, So I might have to, have a lot of, just guys I know as guests.
I know,
Howard Stern.
Yeah, well, no.
Or even Stuttering John.
Or, yeah, well, if you're...
It sounds like a good show. Howard Stern and Stuttering John.
What a lineup.
What a lineup. Tonight on our show, Howard Stern and Stuttering John.
Who goes on first?
Yeah. Oh, I do run that. I haven't written that.
You will demand that.
Oh, yes. All right, very good, Stuttering John. You did a nice job there. If you
just want to fast forward to the camera people, you got to just hear them going.
To the what?
To the photographers. What? To the camera people.
To the photographers or the camera people?
Either or.
Where is the end of this?
Right here. Right
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Here we go.
So...
How many pictures do we need of this guy? Look at they're fighting one another. Get out of my way. Oh my God, what a job. Conan, Lauren.
This way, please.
Conan, Lauren.
Get out of my way.
I've been in those situations, and I go, "Are you taking pictures of me? What's the goof?" Conan, Lauren, Conan.
Back this way.
You would think the president was there. Conan, Lauren, please.
Gentlemen.
What are those? Most of them are independent photographers, and they have to go out and sell those pictures. Meanwhile, everyone's got a picture.
How can you sell it?
How do they make a living? Is it really worth the hassle? I mean,
I would hate to do that.
Oh,
they're at everything I go to, and they go, they're everywhere.
I'm sure they say they'd hate to do what you're doing, but I'd almost rather be doing what you're doing.
Hey, they're making livings, though.
Yeah, John isn't.
I'm not.
All right, John, thanks, man.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Thanks a lot, Howard.
Hero of the stupid. Hanging on by the barnacles of show business.
I'm just laughing because Jackie's sitting there pitching paper at his head.
Isn't that funny? The whole time John talks, Jackie just rolls a piece of paper and throws him at John's head.
Well, I try and time it so it's just when he's stuttering, so it makes it even
I like when it hits him in the forehead. It makes that clunking noise. Too bad the audience can't see that.
But they're kind of sharing it.
Yeah. Because they hear him stutter a lot.
It's delightful.
When I was driving to my car, we had Stuttering John on Best Of, and I was listening to it, and he really is entertaining to listen to.
Oh, God.
But sometimes he's almost annoying because he just
People can't believe it.
Yeah.
They think he's putting that on. That's what I get most often. Does he really do that, or is that an act?
Yeah. I don't care what it is. I enjoy it.
That gets him crazy.
Yeah. Let me take a break. We'll be right back.
The effects may come upon you suddenly and strike you full force.
This
Hey, why is the water warm in just this one spot?
is the Howard
Howard Stern Show.
Body. There's a man somewhere in there.
Are you a man or a mouse?
Got any cheese?
So what store do you go to mostly for your cigarettes? The tobacco store, the little corner store?
Yeah, a little stationery store.
I would think at a supermarket you get a better price on cigarettes.
But those long lines,
It's too
Howard.
impersonal. Cigarettes are very intimate.
I'd like to know the person I buy from.
I'd like to sit and have a discussion. To know where the cigarettes came from.
Do you know the guy's name at the store where you buy the cigarettes?
No.
You know.
Haji.
How long
But
you?
he
yeah,
knows
that
you
must
by
be it.
sight.
How long does he know you? Like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Come on, he's got to know you. Are you there every other day? Does the guy ever say to you, "Hey Scott, why don't you buy a couple of cartons?"
No.
He knows my routine.
I don't even have to ask for him.
Are you not embarrassed? You don't have to ask for him?
Of course
No, he
not.
knows what Scott
I
smokes.
walk in, I get the...
They're already rung up by the
there
time
you
I
are.
get to the
That's
counter.
right. It's in the bag, ready to go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's impressive.
Even that guy wants Scott out of there quick.
And the guy doesn't ever question like why you only buy one carton at a time. Don't you think that's peculiar? When did he say to you, "Hey, you know, Scott, I'll sell you 3 cartons"?
I
You go
would say
wild.
that,
You don't have to come in every day.
Yeah, Scott, I'll get them for you by the case. Come
And when
on.
do you actually get the cigarettes? Do you get them on the way home from work, or do you go home first, relax, and then go out for your carton?
I don't have a set pattern of when I get them.
Yeah, but what is the most likely to happen? Is it is the store
on the way home?
On the way home.
Mm-hmm.
So like you'll drive home, and you'll stop off at the store.
Right.
Is it one of those things where you almost get home and then you just drive by because you forgot to go to get the cigarettes?
No.
You just know.
Yeah, if I have to do some errands, bank or post office or whatever, I'll...
Do your errands, and then boom.
Do you have to wait till the last pack is out of the carton at home before you buy the new carton?
No.
Or you automatically know to go a day and a half.
Yes, there's a set time and day,
Right.
I have a schedule on the wall.
No.
Well, that's what you're making it out to be.
Well,
I check
it
off the
sounds
days
like that. It just
when I get
sounds
the
like you'd
cigarettes.
have to know because you can't.
As we smoke a pack, I have a
No,
list.
you can't
I
monitor
check
your
them off,
wife smoking. I mean, so you don't know how many she's gone through, how many cartons, or how many packs, and then you have to figure your packs. There's a lot of figuring
Do
that
you
goes
grab
on
a
there.
pack in the morning and you just notice
and
how
check
much
the
is in
cartons?
there?
There's so much work involved, you wouldn't believe it.
It's just curious that a guy buys one carton at a time.
I have
All
these
right.
stacks of papers that I go
All right.
through.
You know what? I don't want to. I don't know.
What are you doing to me? I mean,
it's
come on.
fascinating to me.
It's
but-
ridiculous.
Yeah. Maybe it's ridiculous to you, but it's fascinating to me. Scott's life with his cigarettes, his cartons. Ugh. And what if you guys go away somewhere for a weekend? Then you have to-
Then we buy like 23 cartons.
Oh,
No.
What do you buy? Like 2 cartons in advance?
Yeah.
And pack them.
Can you imagine? We got. You know what? We got to take our E-crew, videotape Scott walking into that little store
And seeing the guy grab his carton.
grab his carton, have it all wrapped for him.
Good morning, Haji. The usual, please.
So no words are exchanged between you and this guy. And how long is this
Depends
ritual?
on where I go. I said I don't go to the same place every time.
But that guy's place, like you could end up going there for a couple of weeks straight. What does
Depends on where I am.
Does the guy say hello to you?
Yes.
He does. And you just say hi back. He hands you the carton that's already in a brown paper bag.
Yes.
And then
2 packs of matches.
do you always have to ask for it, make sure there's matches?
I mean, no match.
No matches.
You buy lighters.
I use my fingers.
No, come on. What do you do?
I have a lighter.
You have a lighter? So does the guy ever put matches in there?
No.
You tell him not to?
Right.
You say, please, no matches.
No matches.
Is that what you say each time?
Well, they'll ask you a lot of times, you want matches? No.
So now he doesn't even bother asking you because he knows you don't want.
This particular one story.
Right.
There are, but I mean, it
See,
depends.
Scott would throw off the whole routine now if he said 2 cartons.
It depends on who's working.
I'll screw his head up.
And if
2
you went
cartons and 3 packs of matches.
And if you went in there and asked him for 2 cartons, the guy would be like, he would say something to you. Oh.
What happened? You win the lotto?
No.
I have relatives coming in from out of town. We're having a smoking
The
party.
wholesaler family smokes.
I would like to offer them a cigarette and not run out of my own packs.
Stuffing the
Now,
turkey
I
with
got a
cigarette
good
butts.
Well, we do.
Now this is
when
a
you
family
go,
that smokes. Do you have those dishes that you keep cigarettes in on the table
No.
so that you can just pick one up?
Nah, they're always in their packs.
But when we have company, we put those little those glasses, with the cigarettes.
Oh, do you really?
He's
Like when you go to a bar mitzvah. Yeah, right.
That's when Scott's in heaven. Oh, I don't have to dip into my own pack.
Ugh.
You can smoke on the host and hostess.
I'm in nicotine heaven here.
You see Scott going from table to table, emptying out all the cigarettes.
You'd think he'd have those fancy crystal dishes that you put cigarettes in.
Yeah.
So into it.
Yeah, you should have a big cigarette on the wall. Oh, yeah. A giant cigarette, like a giant hero.
A neon cigarette.
Yeah.
My smoking.
Because cigarette is it defines Scott and who he is, and there's so much involved with his cigarette habit and his packs.
I will stop one day.
Yeah.
Either when I die.
Yeah,
or
when you die.
Right. He's the cigarette industry's best friend.
Absolutely.
He's the guy.
He is the Marlboro Man.
Yeah, he is. That's the Marlboro Man. All right, very good. Well, there he is. Some more insight into Scott and buying his cigarettes.
There you go.
It's one joy in my life.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
All right, thanks, man. I got a lot to talk about.
I know. When do you get to that?
All right.
Let's get to that.
Such a monotone, his voice. Why don't you get to that?
Why don't you get to that? I could have already spoken 3 cigarettes it's taken for you to abuse me.
Are you feeling edgy now? You're going to go have a cigarette?
I'll probably go have a cigarette, but I don't feel edgy.
Can't be because of the Super Bowl party, man.
He used to be able to do that stuff. I don't know what happened.
You used to be allowed to go.
Yeah.
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 Times change.
Yes.
I keep hearing you talk about it on the radio. I wish I had been there. Oh, well. I missed it.
I've been to them. They're all the same.
Oh, boy.
No, they're not.
Oh, boy.
Once you've been to one, you've been to them all.
You're like a trick pony.
Yeah. You know, it was kind of nice not having
wouldn't
Scott.
You love it?
It was nice not having Scott there. Say anything about me being at the party.
I'm not here.
Yeah, well, just don't say that I got a dance. Please.
Don't say anything about the massage.
I remember the one time I happened.
Don't say I got a massage.
No, don't say that.
Please.
I happened to be. It was like we were taking a trip to Philly.
Yeah.
And we stopped off at one of those places.
I wasn't there. I stayed on the bus.
Yeah. I never went to any strip club.
I never saw a thing. I never got a coach dance.
My eyes are closed.
I cannot confirm or deny.
I never took my hat off either.
I never walked in.
Like, he's so desirable that he'd walk in a strip club and all the women would want to marry him.
You might as well not be there.
No, nothing to do with me. They all go wild for Scott.
Now you figured out the reason why I stay away.
That's the premise.
I don't want to,
That's the premise. That's the only premise I can figure. Why wouldn't you want your husband going to a strip club?
Because my brown aura that draws them.
He's so desirable. He's so handsome and foxy. and so dynamic.
The Brad Pitt of Bayside.
Yeah, right.
The Warren Beatty of Whitestone.
So if strippers were to see him, they would flip out and want to just steal him away.
It's happened. I mean,
Right.
I'm a sex machine.
I don't want to disrupt the party.
But that's cool.
To have guards to go to his car.
I wish my wife felt that way about me. Honey, I promise you I will not run off with any strippers today.
Now, I can understand Slash coming in here and saying,
Right.
yeah, my wife hates strippers.
Right.
I don't understand Scott.
Yeah.
Slash from Guns N' Roses might have a problem.
Yeah, he might have a problem. He has a track record of women running off with him.
Yeah.
Your wife should love you as much as my wife loves me.
Absolutely.
You wish that on every man,
You can't
don't
beat
you?
that. Yes.
You can't beat that kind of love.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's
And
sort
can't you see the joy it gives me?
possessive love. Very good. I'm glad to see that you're so desirable.
Yes.
Women fighting over Scott.
Yes.
All
One
right.
woman, anyway. She's fighting with herself.
I guarantee. If you let me talk to her, I'll tell her the truth. There's nobody looking for you.
Oh, boy. I need a cigarette.
I gotta go buy cotton. Maybe Howard's right. I'll buy 2 cottons at a time. I wouldn't have to stop off every other day and buy some Haji.
Let's see, where should I go today? Bill Boulevard or...
Maybe I'll buy cigarettes in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that.
That's living wild.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Metropolitan.
Very good, Scott. Thank you for joining us. I got to take a break. I'm falling behind now because I start talking to Scott and I can't stop.
I know you get sucked in.
I know.
Like the drug nicotine.
See, that's what happens with women.
Thank you.
They start talking to me, they can't stop.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
The following is a test. What you are about to hear is only a